absolute waffle about football with questionable ball knowledge.
Definitely. Oh, lovely.
5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
You know when you get asked who would you take from a rival club?
He is one player that I love to watch play football. Mainly for a sentimental value, and what he's brought to the club has been incredible.
Possibly the most raucous shout, and he would never get in team of the season.
Hello, and welcome to Beers, Boys, and the Beautiful Game. With me, Finley Dawes, and my co-host. That's where you come in.
Hello, it's me, Kieran.
Lovely.
That was very, very over the top.
Oh, we got to start strong.
Entry.
Got to start strong.
It does seem a bit weird that we've decided to start a podcast at the end of the season.
Oh, we got so much to discuss ahead of next season. We've got what's coming up at the end of the year as well. We've got the World Cup. So much stuff happening.
Busy
much
period
stuff
for football.
I think it's been quite an interesting season as well. So hopefully over the next couple of episodes.
Depends who you're a fan of, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
I can't wait for it to end personally, but also I think it's just worth addressing the elephant in the room that I didn't realise we were wearing football shirts.
Well, we don't have to bring it up because mine has a certain country's oil sponsor on it. So
less said about that.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, cut that conversation pretty quick. But next time, we'll send you the memo.
Yeah, I'll get that. I mean, I think it's worth bringing up that what you're signing up for, if you're listening to this, is two blokes chatting absolute waffle about football with questionable ball knowledge.
Definitely. That's a highlight.
And probably some pretty outrageous opinions.
Always. That's what people want to hear anyway.
That's all to look forward to.
Definitely. Right, let's start us off on the Beers, Boys and the Beautiful Game podcast. We're going to start every episode highlighting a lovely beverage. What have you brought for us today, Kieran?
Well, as you know, I'm a big fan of the Peter Crouch podcast.
Oh, yes.
And as of late, they have been in cahoots with Brewdog. So what we're drinking today is Brewdog Lost Lager, which is in fact Peter Crouch's favourite beer.
There we go. We've got to honour the goat of the game of football podcasting, and we're going to...
Although if this sprays everywhere, this will be quite funny.
Okay.
Get the...
Oh, lovely. Lovely. We have had this before, just to discuss. We're going to try and highlight some lovely beers that we've had, and maybe
the bougier
that we
the better going forward.
We love a bougie beer. Anyway, cheers.
Yeah. All the best.
Good elf. Ching ching. That's not very good cheersing cans, but yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. It's past 12, so we're fine. We're allowed to start drinking.
It doesn't look quite so bad.
When we were discussing this earlier, we were a bit worried that we'd be doing this in the morning at about 9 and sinking beers.
5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. So what's on the agenda for today, Kieran?
Well, end of the season means one thing other than, Liverpool maybe winning everything, which we won't talk about because we don't like Liverpool. Oh, there we go. Controversy already. Team of the season.
Yes.
Now, we play FIFA.
We do play FIFA.
We have been known to play FIFA. And you've seen Premier League Team of the Season.
Yes.
Thoughts?
There's obviously some players that definitely deserve to be there.
Yep.
Equally, on the other end of the spectrum, there's some players that I find quite questionable. Obviously, understand it's a fan-voted...
That's the thing.
Yeah.
We will not be pandering to the fans.
No.
This is exclusively what we think.
Big brain ball knowledge, that's what it is.
What I'm proposing...
Okay.
We do as my laptop fan is absolutely flying.
Yeah, I was
right
going
now.
to say mine's going for a bit of a madness, but we should be okay.
We'll deal with that later.
Yes.
Draft pick team
So you might have to explain
Where
that in simple
to-
English for me.
To avoid us having exactly the same team,
Yes.
I think we should go one by one, position by position. And for example, if you pick Alisson in goal, Alisson is off limits for me.
Okay.
And I have to come up with some outrageous second choice, like, I don't know, Ben Foster. But that's just because he got me 14 FPL points this week.
Okay. Well, I think it's pretty common to know as well. We're probably going to be picking people from the top teams. I feel like a few players might miss out.
Yeah.
Unless Kieran's got something hidden in the bag.
I got a lot of notes here.
Okay.
So
I have come to this completely unprepared, by the way.
I was up at 1 a.m. last night doing the preparation. So.
Okay. Well, this has all been not sprung on me, but we'll just see off the top of the head.
Firstly,
football knowledge.
I think formation.
Yes.
The thing is, do you go 3-5-2, 4-1-2-1-2, 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3 with one sitting?
I think a 4-3-3 is the easiest one to go for, just in the fact that, again, equal spread of defenders, midfielders.
We
and
are a
forwards.
nice balanced team.
Exactly. I'm going all out attack though.
Okay.
It's all returns, mate. All attacking returns in my squad. No, it's not. But
So, as you are completely unprepared for this, would you like first pick
I will go first
in the
pick.
team? You can pick whatever
position.
We'll just go randomly and then come back and do a overall at the end. I think.
I'm going to go for arguably one of my favourite players this season. Bit of a curveball as an Arsenal fan, but watching him play football, not only his attacking returns and assists, I think he is an incredible football player and an Englishman at that. So I'm going to start with a midfielder, and I'm going to go for Mason Mount.
Oof, that is a very good shout.
Obviously not included in the EA Sports Team of the Season.
Well, I think that's partly to do with Chelsea being naughty.
If he was, though, I definitely think he would have pipped a certain Portuguese midfielder to the post.
I definitely agree with that.
Yes.
I think. Did you? And we'll cover this later. But did you see the Premier League Player of the Year nominations
For the youth players or just the Premier?
The Premier League.
I'm not sure if I did. I saw the youth players, and I thought there was quite a few players on that.
Just
I
to
was interested
quickly
in.
cover that.
Yes.
Trent, Mo Salah, Kevin De Bruyne, Cancelo, Son, Saka, Bowen, Ward-Prowse. I am shocked that Mason Mount is not on there, given he's got, and I hate harping on about goal
Stats.
returns, and because he's obviously more than a bloke that scores goals and assists goals. But I think he's got at least, I want to say, at least 10 goals and 10 assists.
He has 11 goals at this current moment in time with 2 games left to play of the season, I think. He has 11 goals and 10 assists in the Premier League, 1 goal and 2 assists in the Champions League.
I mean, I think he's taken his game up.
Oh, he's been
level.
absolutely incredible this season. I think playing him on the right-hand side of a 3, especially as like an inside forward, he's been incredibly good.
I personally wasn't a massive fan, particularly during the Euros. But
That's the thing.
he's dangerous
I think he did ghost a little bit in the Euros.
in the final.
Yes.
Nowhere to be seen.
Yes. But then the whole England squad, especially with what Gareth does, it's very defensive-minded. I don't
He's
think...
a workhorse. So you got to respect that.
Yeah, definitely. It says here that his non-penalty goals, which obviously he's not on pens, he's 0.32 per 90 for XG.
Well, I guess he plays kind of like inside forward,
Yes.
but it's pretty decent.
I just think his vision off the ball is really good. His movement's really good. I think his passing is, arguably probably one of the best in that Chelsea squad at the moment. You've got especially with the front three of what they were playing at just before the end of the season with Werner, Havertz, and Mount. I think that's a pretty disgusting front three, to be honest. Havertz has had an incredible season as well, but I think just for the, I don't want to say it for the stats, but and just being an Englishman, I think I'm going to go for Mason Mount in a centre mid position.
Well, so that's Mount locked off for me. I think there's only one person I can put in here, and that's Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, I was very worried saying Mount that I did leave Kevin a little bit open, but yeah, he's had a phenomenal season as well.
Might be a bit outrageous. Well, definitely best midfielder in the world.
Yes.
Possibly
best
rival only to Benzema for Ballon d'Or.
This is the thing now. I think it's all going to come down to the Champions League, right?
Yeah, that is the thing.
It's obviously City very unfortunate that City haven't made it through, but if Real... if Real go through and Benzema does a madness in the final, I don't think there's anything to stop him.
He has been unreal, Benzema.
He's absolutely incredible, especially for a man, I don't want to say it, but of his age. Coming to the back end of his peak, he's still slamming in goals. I mean, the goals that he's scoring are just absolutely filthy as well.
But De Bruyne.
Yes.
Before we end up in an absolute rant about how much we love Kareem the Dream. It's just class, isn't he?
He is one player that I love to watch play football.
You know, when you get asked who would you take from a rival club,
he walks into any club in England, any club in the world.
He's unreal. And I think he's got 15 goals this season. Do you
want me to have a quick look?
Oh, get the stats out. We need the stats, man. But he, obviously he got 4 the other night.
Yes.
But he's playing in a system where sometimes he's essentially, the striker. It might be like a false 9, but he's doing a job.
He is in... This is quite funny. So he's, like you said, he's got 15 goals this season, 7 assists. That's in the Premier League. In the Champions League, 2 goals, 3 assists in 10. So still pretty decent numbers. His versus other midfielders, his attacking statistics are all in the top 99 percentile.
Okay.
So, I mean, that definitely shows you
he is
his passing as well.
Quite literally different grade.
Yeah, he's insane. I mean, it just shows, especially when you start watching him, I mean, everyone sort of remembers a couple seasons ago where he just got an absolutely incredible Premier League season with what has he got?
It's
13 goals, 20 assists.
He's only getting better, I think.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think he must be about 30 now.
Last season it wasn't as good, but that's because he was injured for a fair bit.
Yeah.
They had... And
he
then
did
people...
take that, Rudiger elbow to the fracture of his cheekbone, didn't it?
Well, and then the thing is with the City squad, you've got people who just stand up and go into that place. Like last season it was Gundogan.
Yeah.
Who just came up and essentially played in a false 9. But yeah, Kevin's absolutely incredible. I mean, his long ball distribution is just beautiful to watch, to be honest.
I don't think there's many bad things I can say other than he plays for Man City.
Yeah.
And that makes me very jealous.
No, he's definitely worthy of going into the team of the season.
So, now it's my turn to choose first.
Yes.
I'm going to go out on the left wing.
Right.
And personally, I think this player should win Player of the Year. And that's quite controversial given how good Salah's been, but I'm going for Son.
Yeah.
Obviously from Tottenham Hotspur.
Yes. And as much as it pains me to say it, he is, I think, arguably probably one of the best left-handed sided players in the world.
Yeah.
He's an absolutely unreal force. He's quick, he's agile, and his finishing is just magnificent.
Again, hate talking about specifically goal returns, but the bloke is on for Golden Boot.
Yeah.
And Tottenham spent the first half of the season
just chilling.
Just doing nothing, you know? And he has, obviously he's formed that partnership with Kane.
Yeah.
But he's also, this season, with Kane being a bit misfiring, I feel like he leads. It's almost like he leads the Spurs line now. Like he's the main player.
I think definitely watching Spurs, and from a it's worth saying as well. He obviously takes the corners and things, and from set pieces they are looking ever more dangerous every game. But with Kane obviously playing a deeper line, almost like a 10 rather than a 9, it does leave a world of space for Son to just run into.
It's a dangerous system they play because obviously they've got Son and Kulusevski either side.
Absolutely unreal signing as well. I think probably arguably one of the best signings of January.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yes.
So, Son is my left-sided
Son's
pick.
your left-sided pick. Oh, Nelly.
Which...
what have I been left with?
I've got a few options written down, but I want to see what you come up with.
I'm going to go for... So I think there's only one left, to be honest. A bit of an unsung hero as well, with being shadowed by Salah. I think I'm going to have to go for Sadio Mane.
Yeah. I think he's gone massively under the radar this season.
Just absolutely incredible, especially along with Salah having that time off for playing in AFCON.
One AFCON as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that counts for the Premier League, but... And recently, he's gone into the middle as well. So...
Playing in the 9 role.
Did see this week that Bayern...
Yeah, I saw that he's linked with a few European clubs. But yeah, I'm going to go for Mane. I mean, the guy's a monster. Like it's like we've mentioned, he just seems to go under the radar so much.
As well, actually, Mane.
So many of his goals are from headers as well. Like
it's just that front three.
I mean, and now they've got. I mean, at the start of the season, I thought they were pretty much unstoppable with Jota in the middle since Firmino's been out. And now, I mean, that's another amazing signing in January is Luis Diaz.
Well, yeah, I was just looking at my sort of honourable mentions.
Yes.
And Diaz is on there.
He's so threatening.
It's weird because I had never heard of him before he joined Liverpool. And then you're like, where did he come from?
This guy's a baller.
He's very good.
But anyway, back to Mane. Mane's got 15 goals, 2 assists in the Prem. 5 goals and 1 assist in the Champions League. I'm sure he's going to do a madness this evening for the FA Cup.
I would expect that, yeah.
And in the Champions League final, he's going to put a massive shift in. He's got 0.5 XG in every game that he plays, which is nuts. That's non-penalties as well. It's just...
Impressive, isn't it?
It's just...
Considering... I vaguely remember at some point this season... people kind of being like, oh, he's finished, we need to replace him.
No.
But
he's definitely shown himself.
Goal scoring winger. What more do you need?
Yeah, especially with a fluid system, the way that Liverpool play. Their front three kind of just, especially when Salah kind of cuts inside.
Yeah.
Mane goes out to the wing, just pops crosses in. I mean, he can cut inside and play in that 9 role as well. But yeah, absolutely incredible. He's going straight in my basket.
Yeah, just a few rogue additional ones, perhaps. Sterling?
Yeah, he's
been a bit hit and miss, but recently...
He's a very good player. He's a very good player.
Put Smith Rowe.
Yeah.
He's been, again, in and out of the Arsenal team, but at the start of the season was incredible.
Oh, yeah, absolutely incredible.
And... possibly the most raucous shout, even though the numbers don't and he would never get in team of the season. But I put Sancho just because I thought he's been probably United's
best player,
second best outfield player.
Yeah, I will.
But again, I'm not gonna. Well, Fred's been decent.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna sit here and say Sancho should be in team of the season, but I think he's had a decent year.
Yes, definitely. I mean, again, a great signing. It's preparing for the future as well. He's young, he's rapid.
I think that's one thing people forget, but less about.
Hopefully, when Ten Hag comes in, he uses him in the right way. But I mean, in Bayern, he was just not Bayern. Dortmund. It's the same B, isn't it? But he had an incredible season this season and last. Like, I think he's got so much potential, and hopefully, especially with the England team as well, hopefully he gets to get in and make a bit of a difference. But we shall see. I'm going to take another selection.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for left back.
Yep.
And I'm going to take the obvious choice and put Cancelo.
Interesting.
It was a difficult choice. Yeah, it being obvious. I think he's an absolute animal, right? He's absolutely incredible. He's so like a utility man as well. Play him on the left, play him on the right. Pushes forward so much. He's incredibly defensively.
Yeah.
Although I'm a big fan of Robertson.
Yeah.
So I don't know who you're going to choose.
Cancelo, I think, other than maybe centre back, he could probably play anywhere.
Yes.
Oh, and goalkeeper, but
yes,
he is. Left foot, right foot, devastating. Right back, left back. Yeah, he does the job. Walker's been out.
Yeah,
which is not easy boots to fill, but he's come in. He's done a very good job. And I think fully deserving of being in anyone's team of the season.
Yes.
Which leaves me with only one choice.
Yeah.
Which obviously Andy Robertson.
Yeah. I like watching Robertson play. He's a out and out football player in the way that he loves to play for the badge. You can see his passion every single time he's playing. He's a proper house as well.
He is, yeah.
But he's an absolute unit. Like, he just has so much energy.
He's got the numbers to back it up.
Yeah. I mean, it
was really like Liverpool, like the wing backs, and it's been said hundreds of times, but they're like forwards.
Yeah.
The amount they contribute to goals.
They definitely know the system that they're playing as well. If Trent's moving up, Robbo kind of drops back a bit. It certainly helps with them having such an incredible holding midfielder like Fabinho. And
I do think Robertson has sort of gone under the radar a little bit.
Yeah.
Because everyone's always like, oh, Trent.
Well, it's just Trent's so young, isn't he?
But
Robbo's, 28? And he's still putting in
very
equal numbers.
Good season.
Yeah, absolutely incredible.
And, week in, week out, contributes to that solid defence that Liverpool got. Other sort of
shouts,
honourable shouts, I guess. I put Tyrick Mitchell.
I knew that was coming out. He's surprised me as well. That whole Crystal Palace team. I think
this season,
Vieira has come in. Obviously, I've got a huge soft spot for him, but he's definitely shown what a new manager can do.
Under Roy Hodgson, they were looking a bit
ropey,
heading back down to the Championship.
But he's just found some young players like Mark Gahey,
Elise,
Gabriel. No, oh my gosh, Gallagher. What am I talking about? I've got Arsenal in mind. Gallagher, obviously a Chelsea star, but absolute phenomenal. I think, like you said, Elise, Eze, Tyrick Mitchell,
my man Edouard, who got me absolutely FPL points.
But obviously, them slotting around like the more established players, like Zaha, and they've had an incredible season, and hopefully next season they can improve on that. I mean, where are they right now? Are they 11th?
13th, 12th,
13th.
Like solid mid-table.
I don't know where I put them at the start.
Well, I know where I put them.
We can get that into next pod. Maybe we'll cover predictions and how the league's finished. But
I've also got, and these again they'll never get in, but they've had good, decent seasons. Walker Peters.
Yeah. Absolute unit.
Cresswell. Specifically at the start of the season.
Yeah, I was going to say, obviously he was out for a little bit, but
Alonso.
Yeah, we don't like.
Although he is a murderer.
Yes.
And Cucurella.
Cucurella, I can back. Yeah, I mean he's a bit like
Brighton's player. Do you see that?
No.
He won Brighton's Player of the Season, and
All right.
like the awards, he'd done a speech, except he doesn't speak very good English. So he's like, I can't believe it. It's impossible. And the interview was like, it's very much possible. Yeah. And then he just said, Gaffer, next season, can you just put me on the bench because I don't like speaking English?
Oh, bless him. Oh, bless him. But yeah, he's been really good. I especially like that, he sort of plays on that inside centre half as well, out on the left sometimes, and he's just solid.
Yeah.
I think you can see him when he's waltzing around the pitch because of his massive mop. But
it's like Fellaini.
I mean, what was it? That goal that he scored against United was an absolute screamer, but peach. But
very good goal.
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely worthy of a shout.
Well, I guess I'll
choose the next position.
I don't know where to go. I'll go striker.
Okay. I wonder who you're going to choose.
I'm going to go Ronaldo.
Yeah, well, plot twist.
You
know what's funny about Ronaldo? Everyone complaining about what season he's had, and he's still the best scoring.
I reckon he's probably the most talked about player this season, and he's bagged
18 goals?
18 Premier League goals, probably like 6 or 7 Champions League.
Yeah.
If people think he's actually the problem, you just, where would he be without
16 goals, 3 assists, and then 6 goals in the Champions League, which were dependent goals as well in the Champions League.
Huge big game player, clutch moments, and definitely deserving of being in a team of the season for me.
Oh, it's Ronaldo.
And
it's Ronaldo.
Yeah, I know.
Like, yeah, at the start of the season, you're a bit like, oh gosh, like obviously he scored in his first couple games or whatever. He had a bit of a blank section, and then like he just goes sort of like Mane, but obviously not like Mane, under the radar. But you don't see his goals tallying up.
The one criticism I have is that when it's not going, and it's not gone well for United a lot, he ghosts.
Yeah,
but at the same time, single-handedly won us game against Spurs, hat-trick.
Yeah.
Norwich, big game. He has scored very important goals. So, and what is he, 37? And you've bagged almost 20 goals.
Yeah.
For me, nailed on pick.
That's fair. Well, you've left me with a big call.
How much does it hurt your heart?
Oh, he's not going in, mate.
Oh.
I'm going to choose... it's going to look pretty whitewashed with the Liverpool players, but I think I'm going to go for Jota.
Yeah.
He is, again, just an absolutely phenomenal player. The bit that surprises me is that he's not that tall, yet every single time he gets his head on it.
He is. He's got a massive jump for a bloke who's probably like, 5'10", 5'11" maybe. I don't need to know how tall he is, but
I'm not going to check the height. But it might just accidentally come up anyway. So he is 5'10".
That's quite impressive for the amount of headers he will win against like 6 foot
centre half,
3-4 centre backs.
Yeah, so. He's got 15 goals and 3 assists this season.
Well, there was a point, probably March time, where Liverpool had the top three scorers.
Yeah,
and
he was second.
I mean, he's been injured, I think, recently.
Yeah, I think obviously the idea of bringing Luis Diaz in as well, and then Mane obviously slotting into that middle slot.
That's the thing. It's scary how much rotation they've got.
Oh,
now.
It's incredible.
Dangerous.
Absolutely incredible. Even their fullbacks, I know we've talked about it a little bit with Robbo, but I mean, Tsimikas has come in, especially when Robbo was injured, and he's equally done an incredible
Gomez
job.
On the right.
Yeah. We don't need to talk about that. Again, Trent subbed out. But, anyway, yeah, I'm going to go for Jota. So, I mean, the obvious pick would be Harry Kane.
I've got Harry Kane written down, who spent the first half of the season dossing about.
Doing nish.
And then somehow it's on like 15 goals, 12 assists or something. It's nuts. I've got Havertz.
Yeah. Yeah, we discussed him. Yeah, absolute champion, to be fair.
First season in the Prem.
Yeah.
And
I know a few of those have come from pens, but
it's difficult to pick a person in the team of the season who is going down. But I've got Dennis written down just for goals.
yeah.
But he also has a lot of blanks. Like, I don't want to keep bringing up FPL, but do you remember that double game week where he got sent off?
Yes, I do. So, fun fact about Brentford's Ivan Toney. It's obviously 12 goals, 5 assists this season, which is pretty decent. You know, he's obviously up there. He's a decent forward as well. He's huge. There's obviously lots of transfer talks with him and Arsenal.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you reckon he leaves Brentford?
If they go down...
They're not going to go down. Do you reckon he'll end up somewhere like Newcastle? And I don't want to keep throwing Newcastle in because they got loads of money, but...
They do have loads of money. And Chris Wood's not...
Although I did hear they were going after Calvert-Lewin, so...
I don't think... I don't know if he goes somewhere else. I could see it, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's obviously pretty... I don't know who their backup forwards are. What, Mbwebu?
Oh, yeah. I probably can name you. They've got Mbuemo and...
That's the one. I'm thinking about
Wissa.
Oh, yeah. But 5 of his goals have obviously come from penalties. He's obviously
good penalty taker.
good penalty taker. And you need someone like that. But yeah, I think he's good. Good to get an honourable mention. First season in the Prem, performing at that level. Absolute unit. Obviously broke the Champions League record for goals last season.
Championship.
Not Champions League.
Brentford are not in the Champions League.
Not yet. Give it 5
like
years.
Some football manager saying.
Yeah. And then that's obviously got wiped the floor with
Mitrovic.
Yeah.
Deary me.
Yeah.
Well, they're going down next season anyway, aren't they?
Yes. He's a little merchant. Right. I'm going to go for a goalkeeper because it's between... Well, there's one definite standout player, and then I think there's a few up for discussion. So I'll get out of the way. I'll go for Alisson because I think he is arguably the best keeper in the Premiership.
Yeah, I think it's weird because, like, obviously City and Liverpool are so close, but I think Alisson has saved Liverpool more than Ederson has saved City.
If it's a one-on-one, I'm backing Alisson over Ederson.
Yeah. I mean, he's just very good. Shot stopping, distribution, incredible.
It obviously helps with the back four that they have in front of them in both teams. I would argue that Liverpool's back four was probably a little bit more...
Assured,
yeah. Yeah, that's a good word for it. But obviously they do have the wing-backs that push up, and you obviously need a decent keeper and a decent set of centre-halves. So, but yeah, I'm going to go for Alisson. I'd like to hear your discussion for others.
I've got 4 written down, 4 other ones. Well, potentially 5.
You want me to have a guess?
Yeah, go on.
I think you've put Jose Sion.
Yep.
Best signing for this season. I'm going to put up there.
Yeah.
This has been absolutely incredible.
Very, very good.
I'm going to choose De Gea as United's second best player this season.
Yeah.
Who else? Have you put Ederson in there?
Nope.
No. Okay. Mendy?
Nope.
No.
I think Mendy's been guff.
Okay. Who else then? Do you want stats-wise? Because Melior's made the most saves.
I'm not putting him in when they've shipped like 80 goals this season.
Okay. You put Rambo in?
Ramsdale in, yeah.
Yeah. We'll skirt over that for your feelings on him. But another keeper. Who are we doing?
There's one that I've put in there and one that, again, won't get in, but I think he's had a solid season. Although I don't
Lloris.
Yeah. I was going to say Lloris, actually, I think he's third for clean sheets, got 14.
Yeah. Well, they got another one now.
And then my outside had a decent season, but no get in is Sanchez at Brighton.
Yeah, he's been good. He's been good. I mean,
like you said,
Brighton are solid defensively, have been for the past couple of seasons.
I think I will go for Salah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's difficult to vote for De Gea because they've just conceded too many goals.
Yes.
Although he's saved an absolute bucket load. Ramsdale, he was I'm not like at the start of the season. I can't deny it. He was best,
incredible,
but he's just. I don't know if it's Arsenal's like defensive injuries. I think one thing that has helped him is the fact Arsenal's defense has got so much better.
So good.
But Salah stepping into Patricio's shoes.
Yeah.
Or gloves. And he's probably one of the reasons that they are in the top 8.
Yes.
They 8th?
Yeah, they're like 7th.
No, West Ham are 7th.
Then they're 8th.
Well, there we go.
They are 8th, yeah, sat on how many points? Where's the points? There we go. 50 points. So they're 3 points clear of Brighton, 5 points behind West Ham. So depending on how the next 2 games go, you never know. They could get Conference League.
Well, I think they are playing Liverpool. So maybe not. But moving on. Next, I'm going to go back to the midfield.
Oh.
But, well, I guess they all count as central midfielders anyway, but I'm going to look at more of a holding.
Yes.
I think there's 3 very obvious choices.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Rodri.
Okay. That's a good shout. He has been very good.
Obviously, worth addressing the other 2, Fabinho and Rice.
I was going to say, Fabinho's definitely going to be my choice. I think Rice is absolutely incredible, but...
I think one thing against Rice, possibly quite controversial, I think he's slightly overrated in terms of price.
You don't think he's worth 150 mil?
No. I don't think any holding midfielder is worth 150 mil. 150 mil is what you would spend on like Mbappe.
How much did Real? They got him for free, didn't they?
He's not gone yet.
Is he not?
But like, you think about 142 mil got you Coutinho. I mean, Coutinho was good, but...
He wasn't that good.
Yeah. So I'm going for Rodri. I think he's just been rock in that midfield. And he scores screamers. So
he does score screamers, to be fair. I'm gonna back you on your other choices, and I would put Rice in if they finished.
Rice is like I said, he's overrated. He's very, very good.
He's so young as well, and he's captain in that side.
And he's transitioning to
an
8 rather than a 6.
Yes.
So
yeah, definitely. I'm gonna back Fabinho though.
Yeah.
He's had this best season ever.
Yeah.
And if you're looking at stats, he's had the most goal returns from Liverpool.
I imagine he's probably got pretty good like recoveries and...
Yeah, I mean, especially as we discussed
earlier.
He'll
be a big miss today, actually, in the cup final.
As we discussed, with the wing-backs pushing up so far, they almost spread into a back 3.
Yeah.
With Matip, Van Dijk and Fabinho, and I think like you said, his recoveries are so good on the press as well. He is just always there, it seems. He's massive, he's quick, and that's why he's in.
Good.
Yes.
I've got 3 honourable shouts.
Honourable shouts for holding midfielders.
Fred.
Yeah.
Decent, but again...
Third best player. For
United. Season's been a bit naff. Ruben Neves.
Yeah, he's good.
I do really rate Ruben Neves.
His passing is criminally underrated.
Somebody who I think goes under the radar
Xhaka.
Everywhere, not Xhaka. Højbjerg.
He's all right.
He was very good the other night.
He's all right.
So yeah, that's Rodri, Fabinho.
Rodri and Fabinho for our little 6s. Right. Should we get the midfield out the way?
Yeah, go on.
Okay. I'm going to go for... This is going to be mad because I'm also skipping out another City player. Because I would put Bernardo Silva in.
Yeah.
because he is absolutely phenomenal. But I can't get through this team without putting my man Martin Odegaard in.
Yeah, Odegaard did make my list of potentials. It's really weird because was it last season you bought, or he's on loan last season?
Yeah,
I thought he was bang.
He looked terrible,
and it was like when they bought him, I was like, why? It was like 30 mil on this guy that did nothing.
Yeah,
this season though.
He's a talisman. He's in the middle of everything.
Like my type of player. I like, the really clever, like little, cute through balls and stuff.
I think with the injuries that we've had, and obviously a few suspensions as well, I think that he's been done incredibly well to kind of fit into not only
and he drops back, doesn't he?
The 8 or the 10 role. He drops back to a 6. He's played in that 6th position a few times. He's so aware of everything that's going around him. His passing's good. His finishing's good.
And he'll be around for years.
He will be around. I mean, he started at Real when he was, 16?
Yeah, I swear he was playing for Norway when he was like 12 or something.
And
obviously not 12.
He's just an absolute unit. Not a unit in the original sense of it, but he's just
a good player, isn't he?
He's
Very
just
good player.
A joy to watch on the pitch, and I love his link-up play with all of the people around him. So that's why he's in my squad.
So I've got written down Bernardo Silva, who I think his season's tailed off.
Yes.
Very, very good up until about Christmas.
Yes.
I got.
He was returning in every game, wasn't he?
I got like Ward-Prowse.
He definitely deserves a shout out. What is he's 6 goals away from breaking Beckham's record. Yeah. Apparently, he just doesn't practice free kicks anymore.
They're incredible.
They're from anywhere as well. Like left side, right side, like 30 yards out. He's just
devastating.
Literally, he's just just batters them.
I was listening to Ben Foster podcast, and he was like, "There's no point. Like when he's got a free kick, you just have to hope that you get there."
He just puts them like literally top ends.
I got Gallagher.
Yeah,
obviously he's got like 10 goals or something from mid. Interesting to see if he goes back and plays for Chelsea.
I think if they're getting rid of...
I imagine like someone like Barkley will go.
Yes.
And then you've got
I
Kante,
suppose, obviously, they've got all of the new things.
They've
got all of the stuff coming in next season as well.
Less loans, isn't it?
The less loan players.
He might be sacrificed.
Chelsea,
I could see him going back to Palace.
What, getting bought?
Yeah. 20 million, something like that.
Do you think he gets into the England squad this year?
No.
Do you think Ward-Prowse does?
Yes.
I'm taking Ward-Prowse on my plane.
I've got Thiago.
Yeah.
He's not a numbers bloke, but he's just a good player.
Yeah, again, another player who's beautiful to watch, especially those... What were we watching the other day?
It's Champions League, wasn't it?
Yeah, and those cross balls out to Henderson on the right, and then Henderson just playing it back into the box were just absolutely beautiful. It's that just pinpoint crossing, isn't it?
I got 2 January signings. Coutinho.
Yeah.
Although he was class at the start and recently he's been a bit off the boil.
Well, he just had the buzz, didn't he, I think?
Signed permanently, though, so that's good.
For 17 million, that's an absolute steal. I think it's
such a huge loss for Barca.
That's like 140 million loss. Absolute scenes.
And finally, both good player but sentimental, Eriksen.
He's so good. I forget how good he is.
He's very, very good.
Like he's just...
And it's so brilliant to see that he can actually like play again.
Yeah.
Because watching that in the Euros, that was rough.
That was such the heart in your throat moment.
Yeah. But in my team, I'm going to go for Ward-Prowse.
Okay, that's a good shout.
Because I think he's been better over the whole season than Bernardo Silva.
I also think if he concentrates on his defending slightly, I think he's obviously incredibly good going forward. His distribution's amazing. If he can pick up on his defending, I don't think there's anything that can stop him getting into that England squad.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think he's like the long-term replacement for someone like Henderson.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
I could see him getting bought as well.
Yeah,
but
someone
I
like
think
Spurs.
I think Spurs would be a good shout, or even people like not Chelsea, but like anyone so he doesn't stay at Southampton.
Given that we've got a massive gap at centre back,
Yes,
I think I'll go there first.
Okay,
and I'm just gonna go Van Dijk.
Okay, that's good.
Unit.
Yeah,
not much more to say other than absolute unit and just very good footballer.
Yeah,
very good defender.
I'm going to go for his counterpart, and I'm going to go for Joel Matip because he's had an absolute screamer of a season.
I back that. I think Matip has been
arguably
brilliant.
In some games. I think he's way outperformed Van Dijk.
Yep.
Obviously, it's Van Dijk. It's a name. He is the best defender in the world at the moment. But I think Matip is he's very reliable. He performs incredibly well. He's got a bunch of goals this season. His distribution's good out from the back, which I know Klopp likes.
And he's managed to stay fit this year.
Exactly.
Because last couple of seasons he's been in and out the team from injury.
And especially when you have competition from someone like Konate, who's so young.
I mean, both of them have kept Gomez out the team as well.
Yeah.
So
exactly. And now he's buggered off to right back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to go for Matip. Some honourable mentions. I think Ben White's been class.
We've still got another centre-back.
Okay.
Would you want to just do that one now?
Yeah, I'm going to... Although I said Ben White's been class, I'm going to go for the other Arsenal centre-back and put Gabriel in.
I didn't actually have him written down, but now that you've said that, I can agree that he's had a good season.
He is an absolute champ. And I know that I've just skipped
a lot of good
centre-backs. Mainly for a sentimental value, and what he's brought to the club has been incredible. He's obviously backed a few goals at the start of the season as well. And he's been the only one that's been there the entire time.
So much better than what are the dross Arsenal used to centre-back. You think Socrates, Mustafi, Holding.
We can
Pablo
say that
Mari.
now. He's just exactly.
So.
But I can understand that everyone's probably going to get very annoyed that we've got no City defenders. You can change
make up
that
for that,
if you
and
want.
I'm going to pick Laporte.
Yeah,
because
absolute unit.
He's been the mainstay.
Yeah,
in that team when Stones or Diaz, Ake's been out, and contributes goals.
Yeah,
he's just again very classy, good passing, very good defender.
He is. I think the best centre back that City have this season. I think definitely. Diaz is obviously incredible, and it's so easy to overlook how young he is.
Yeah,
but I think
you forget he's like 23, 24.
It's nuts, mate. But obviously he's been riddled with injuries a bit this season, so I think it's difficult to give him the best centre back style. I think shout out to John Stones as well, who's filled in a couple of times. I think he's been really good. And then obviously shout out, we mentioned him earlier, to Konate, I think has been...
Yeah, so I've got Rudiger.
Yeah, how did I not?
Thiago Silva.
Or any of the Chelsea backline.
I've been impressed with Trev. Chalobah.
Chalobah has made an absolute banging start to the season. Especially was the first games that he was playing in
he's been a bit in and out, but...
His screamer, mate. His first goal was an absolute screamer.
I mean, he's not going to get in team of the season, but he's had a good season.
Yeah.
I've got Guehi.
Yeah, Mark Guehi. He's an absolute good chick.
Cody.
Good chick. Good pick. Right, yeah.
Cody.
Cody's been great.
Again, kind of recency bias, but Dan Burn.
Yeah, the absolute madman.
Bit of a rogue. Romero at Spurs.
I'm not going to comment on that.
I think he's been good this season.
Okay.
Better than any Man United centre-back, so...
Yes, I don't know if a United one is getting
it's not going to be Harry Maguire, is it?
Harry Maguire?
So you've got a choice of right back or right wing, both of which have one very obvious option.
Yeah, well, as I've already got two Liverpool forwards, I'm going to pick a right back.
Okay.
Because I can only assume who you're going to pick as a right wing. I'm going to obviously choose the best right back in the world, and that's Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Stop saving chat.
Yeah, precisely. Stop saving chat himself. He's incredible.
There's not a huge amount you can say bad about him.
No,
He's just very good. Attacking returns, got so much better defensively.
yeah, I think I've said to you many a time is a defensive prowess is so much overshadowed by his forward returns.
Yeah.
You don't really think, Trent's not as good. He's not as good defending as he's going forward because he's just so good going forward.
But
he's still solid at defending. It's ridiculous.
His defensive frailties, let's say, are covered by the fact they've got Van Dijk and Matip, Konate, whatever.
Yeah.
It just works well in the system, and he's had another amazing season.
And I'm calling it now. He's winning us the World Cup.
You reckon he starts at the World Cup?
Yeah. He's over James any day.
Well, not Walker, or are you playing back three?
Back three.
Okay.
Trent's on the wing.
Well, this leaves me in a bit of a pickle because I had Cancelo written down as my right back.
Right.
So obviously he's off limits. Difficult for me to pick Reece James because he's been injured a lot.
Yeah, and since coming back from injury, I don't think he hasn't performed as well as he did at the start.
So I think I'm down to one of three.
One of three?
One of them is far more likely than the other two.
Is it the Japanese?
Tomiyasu is up there, but again, he's been injured and maybe in trouble with the betting companies.
It's not him. It's not him. I'm not accepting that. He is by far.
He's been good, but he doesn't make my team this season.
Up there for signing of the season as well. He's been so solid in Arsenal's back line.
I got Lamptey.
Oh, I love him. Honestly, he's such a pleasure to watch. He's the only one in that Brighton team, especially when they're getting pressure. The only one that sort of just cuts through. He's on the ball. He's incredible. Another one of those Chelsea academy players that are just everywhere. It seems he's so young. He's rapid, and he performs so well in this outside of a back five or a back three. It's incredible.
Yeah. I know people talk about Livramento as well, but not for me.
I mean, he's a good player.
Yeah.
But
my pick is going to be Matty Cash.
I rate that.
It's like, obviously I would have chosen Cancelo, but I can't.
He's in my squad, mate.
So, yeah, he's been very good signing for Villa. Completely, I don't know who was he there last season or not? But this season he's come on like leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
Attacking returns, solid defensively, and now plays international football.
Yeah.
So,
alongside the
Lewandowski.
absolute champion that is at Lewandowski.
Yeah. So
Zielinski.
That's my right back pick.
That's lovely. I wonder who you're going to pick for right wing, Kieran.
Well, there's only one person I can really pick here,
Yes.
isn't it? And that's Mo Salah.
I mean, we don't really need to talk about him much, is it? 'Cause
Goals,
it's Mo Salah.
assists. Again,
AFCON.
yeah.
I mean,
Champions League final, FA Cup final, League Cup winner, probably top 3 Ballon d'Or. There's nothing else to say other than his form's dipped a bit.
yeah. But even then.
But he's still, in terms of FPL points, which isn't a lot to go on, but he's on average returning more per game than any other Liverpool forward.
Yeah. I mean, it's Mo
Since
Salah,
AFCON.
isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, his left foot is worth more than England.
Well,
Yeah,
let's not go that far.
but he's like a lot of other players that we've talked about. He's such a pleasure to watch. I mean, especially in my head, maybe not in yours, but
One thing though, he is a bit of a diver, but who isn't in this
Exactly,
this day and age.
exactly. But yeah, he's absolutely phenomenal. I mean, you can't fault the guy.
No, it's just, again, class. That you can't really say much more than that.
No. So you've left me.
So you've got a bit of a tricky pick here.
I do have a bit of a tricky pick. So there's a few right-sided players that I like.
Yeah, I've got 4 written down.
Let's go for some honourable mentions. Kulusevski, we've talked about earlier. Absolute madman. He's incredible.
Very, very good signing for Spurs, that.
Yes. I'm going to say another good player.
I've got Mahrez written down.
That was...
I think he's got like 25 goals this season, all competitions.
Yeah.
Although, again...
Left foot merchant.
He only does it against the bad teams, doesn't he? That's my outrageous claim. He only does it when they're 3-0 up against Burnley.
I do like Mahrez. I think he's an incredible player. Obviously, he's recently, before AFCON, had that amazing spell of games with internationally, and captaining that side.
He's just a good player.
He's an amazing player.
Very, very skillful.
I'm going to... but it's between 2 people, I think, personally, for this season. Both English, both right-hand side players. Obviously, my heart goes out to Bukayo Saka because he's absolutely fluffed that. But Little Chile has been phenomenal. Arguably Arsenal's best attacking player this season.
Yeah.
Like, he's so good. He's so agile. He's so quick. He just runs forward as well, which I love. Like, straight into danger. And he's got the techers to pull it off.
He's like, what, 20?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm probably going to choose him so that I have 3 Arsenal players in my team.
Wow.
Well, yeah, I know. It's mad, isn't it? I'm going to shout out Jared Bowen, though.
Bowen's got, again, like Mount, double figures.
Yeah.
Both. And before this season, it's like...
Who was he?
Yeah. And now he's just...
And now he's getting an England call.
Powering West Ham through the season, isn't he? That's... I don't really know if he plays on the right, but I've also got Foden written down because I think he's had a decent year, but not on the same level as...
Foden is an incredible footballer.
Yeah.
It's hard to argue that. I don't think he's had the season to back up all of these outrageous claims people are making about him.
But he is good.
I mean, watching him on the ball is incredible, especially that Champions League game, which unfortunately they did get knocked out, but... Unfortunately. He's obviously incredible, and he's so good technically on the ball.
Yeah.
But just the returns, I know we don't like to define things from returns, but he just hasn't performed.
It's not on the same level as Saka or Bowen. So, for that reason, I would go for Bowen or Saka.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Saka in the squad.
So, after all that pure Belgian waffle, should we just quickly over a roundup because we bounced all over the shop?
I'm gonna go for from the back. Alisson, Trent, Gabriel, Matip, Cancelo. I've got Fabinho at DM, Mount and Ødegaard, and then Mane, Jota, and Saka up top.
That's a decent team.
I'd take that. I'd take that squad.
So I've got Sarr, Cash, Van Dijk, Laporte, Robertson, Rodri, Ward-Prowse, De Bruyne, Salah, Son, Ronaldo. Who wins?
Well, that's what everyone's going to have to decide. We'll find out.
But
I don't know about that one, mate. But we'll see.
Well, now that we've got our team of the season,
yes,
should we briefly touch on player, manager of the season?
Yes.
So we've already mentioned the player of the season nominees: Trent, Salah, De Bruyne, Cancelo, Son, Saka, Ward-Prowse, Bowen. Who do you think?
I mean, it's got to be Salah.
I think it's
surely.
between Salah, De Bruyne, Son.
I could see Son
If
getting it.
they go over the entire course of the season, I think it goes to Salah or Son.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a bit of recency, De Bruyne or Son.
Yeah. I think it's hard to find faults
Although,
in any of their games, to be honest.
I think it partially depends on who wins Golden Boot.
Well, we've got 2 games left, haven't
Yeah.
we? How far's Son behind 2 goals?
1 or 2, yeah. Close.
Very
but
close.
then,
Especially
if City win the league, do they go, well, De Bruyne? It's
Is there any defenders other than Trent in that?
nope. I am surprised that there's no Ronaldo,
Yes.
but
But they are 6th.
yes. Although Ward-Prowse is on there, and they are like 14th.
Yeah, but Ward-Prowse has banged in
Yeah.
however many free kicks
Free
this
kick
season.
merchant. And then we've got young player of the season.
I wonder who this is going to be.
Trent, Foden, Gallagher, Mitchell, Mount, Ramsdale, Rice, Saka.
So
I think that goes to Trent or Mount.
I was going to say, in my head, it's for this season, it's either Trent, Mount, or Saka. But I don't think
Yeah, I can
Saka's
agree with
getting.
that.
I don't think Saka's getting in that shot just because there's other players that I think have performed way better this season.
Yeah.
Not that he hasn't. Not to take anything from him and say
It's
he
a good
hasn't
year.
performed well. He's had an incredible season. Yeah.
And then finally, manager of the season, Thomas Frank for Brentford. Obviously, you got Pep, Klopp, Eddie Howe, and Patrick Vieira.
Oh.
And I can't see it being anyone other than whoever wins the league.
Yeah.
Although Eddie Howe is in with a shot.
I've got to back Eddie Howe. He came in when they were 19th,
I think
18th.
they'd won two out of the first
They
20.
had a spell where they'd won 13 out of 15 games. Or something ridiculous like that. 12 or 13 out of 15 games.
I think it makes you realise how awful they were under Steve Bruce.
Oh, I see. Yeah. And then obviously they have had a huge cash influx, but I mean, he's done incredibly with the players that he's got. He's made some great signings like Bruno Guimaraes.
Yeah.
I think has been incredible. I think Almiron has gone a bit unsung.
Let's not forget Lord Goal-Linton.
Yeah, exactly. what a shining he's had. But,
Absolute scenes from
but
the
yeah,
lad.
I'm going to go for Eddie Howe just because of it's a bit boring to say Pep.
I know it's based on Premier League, but it's difficult to look past Klopp because they are in
everything.
the final of everything, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if he gets the triple, but without the Prem,
we can't talk about that.
if he gets FA Cup later,
Yeah.
Champions League, already got the League Cup, and then comes second.
It's a very, very good
I
season.
mean, that's incredible, isn't
Yeah.
it? That's absolutely incredible. But yeah,
So, speaking of the FA Cup,
yes.
quick score prediction.
Score prediction. Oof. I'm going to go for 3-2 to Liverpool.
Okay. I reckon it goes to extra time. And I'm going to say 2-1 to Chelsea.
Is it? Is that just because you don't want Liverpool to win?
Yeah, but I think about the Carabao Cup final and that went to pens.
I could see it going to extra time.
So, but we'll find out later, won't we?
We will. I'm sure we will. Right, well, thank you very much. Oh my gosh.
That's class English right there.
As you can tell, I'm made for podcasting. Face for radio, voice for podcasting. Thank you very much for listening to this pilot episode.
Pure ramble, probably, but
It's lovely.
It's been fun.
I'm sure we'll be back very soon with some absolutely raucous statements.
I don't think we did anything too controversial.
I don't know. We'll see. Go and check out our socials to look at the teams in full and leave a comment on who's you think's better. But until next time, thank you very much and we'll see you soon.
Goodbye, all. Don't keep that in. That was horrific.